So welcome back to my video. In this video we'll be discussing about the pattern program. So before starting with the pattern program, I will tell you what is nested loop and what is for loop, while loop and do while loop. So let's start the video. When you use a loop within another loop, it is said to be nested loop. So I'll explain you this. See here, I have started a loop and I have made a statement, and again I have started a loop and statement. So I have ended and again I have ended the loop. So there is one loop and here one loop and here another loop. So this is what is nested loop. Okay, if you see in this, here loop and then statement and then loop and then statement and then loop. Okay, here there are three types of loops. One is nested loop, for loop, nested for loop, nested while loop and nested do while loop. Okay, next, so what is nested for loop? See, when a for loop is used within another for loop, it is called nested for loop. Okay, I have told you to start the program with import java.util.r* semicolon. Okay, public class pattern and public static void main string args. Okay, then int a comma b. So I will just tell you how to write a pattern program. They will give you this output and they will tell you to write this program. So in this, so here what is the trick? Just declare variables whatever you wish. Let's say I, j, t, whatever. Here they have taken a and b, so I am also taking a and b. Okay, now here comes the logic of the program. Okay, here a equal to 1, so 1, then a less than or equal to 5. That means the loop will go 5 times. How you will know the loop will go 5 times is that just count the lines. This is the trick. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So you count the loop, that is the lines, how many times it has printed, and then write it down in the statement. A less than or equal to 5 and then a plus plus, that is incremented. So I am not I, 1 and 1 and again 2. So this is incrementing 1 by 1. So this is a plus plus, and then for b equal to 1. So b is let me explain you this. So here a equal to 1 and b equal to 1 and b equal to a and b less than a. Okay, so what is this is that a is 1 and it will go 5 times, and a can be b can be 5 times or 4 times. Okay, here we want the loop for 5 times, right? So it will also continue the loop for 5 times. Okay, here b plus plus. Okay, b plus plus. So here 1 and 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 1 1, 2 and 2 plus 1 is 3. So 1, 2, 3 and 3 plus 1 is 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4 plus 1 is 5. Okay, this is B. And now why we are using print and not using print ln? Because here in one each line they're adding one number, okay, so that we are using uh, print, okay, rather than using print ln. And why it came in next lines? Because we have used again print ln in the next next statement, okay. Here we have used print because we want to print b, okay. Then system.out.println and so this pattern will be given out. Then we'll go to the next. So in questions in part A, they can give you while loop and they will tell you to write down for loop, or they will tell you for loop and tell you to write down in while loop, or do while loop. So just understand the logic behind the program and then write it down on your own. Just practice more times, okay. Then public class pattern, let me just explain you what is while loop. So when we use while loop and another while loop is called nested while loop, okay. Public class pattern, public static void main string args. Then if we will go int a equal to 1 and while a less than or equal to 5, let me just read it down and then I will tell you. Int b equal to 1 while b less than or equal to a, system.out.print b and b plus plus, system.out.print ln a plus plus. So what is this? You know for loop, right? Just understand one looping construct and other looping construct, you will be doing it. It will be very simple to you if you know for loop, okay. So in while loop what we will do, just we will put down int a equal to 1, and in for loop there is only one single statement. In this, the middle thing, that is the condition in the for loop, will be written in the while loop as first we will write the int a equal to 1, then while a less than or equal to 5, and then last ending of the loop we will write a plus plus, okay, same as that of b, okay. If you do for loop and all the while loop and do while loop is very easy. So I have told you int a equal to 1 while a less than or equal to 5, and then again one more loop, okay, and int b equal to 1 while b less than or equal to a. If you see, they have first declared the variables, okay, and they have first declared the variables, and while they have written the middle, okay. Students don't know what is the statement, they will be confusing, so you leave this part, the left part and the right part, and take the middle part. So this is the condition and put this in the while statement, okay. This is the trick. And int b equal to 1 variable and then while. So this system.out.print b, I have told you that print b, why you are using b, and print in the for loop, okay. And b plus plus, there is the same logic, and the ending of the loop they have used a plus plus and system.out.println, okay. Next is do while loop. So do while loop is also very easy. When a do while loop is used within another do while loop, it is called nested do while loop, okay. Now public class pattern, public static void main string args, int a equal to 1. I will just read it down once. Do int b equal to 1, do system.out.print b plus plus, that is incremented while b less than or equal to a, system.out.println a plus plus while a less than or equal to 5. So I will take you to the for loop one more time. See, here what we will do in the do while loop is just we'll write down do and start the statement, and ending of the statement we'll just write down while and this statement. Let me just show you. Yeah, so we started with the do, and then we have declared the variable b equal to 1. Before do I have declared the variable here a equal to 1, and then same as the while loop, but first we are writing variable and then do, and then again looping construct, that is int b equal to 1 and then do. Now at the see here, system.out.print b and b plus plus we are incrementing, so that okay, here if you see they have taken the while statement at the last of the inner loop. See, they have started the inner loop here, and then while ending the inner loop they have written the while statement. So whenever do while statement is given, if you given for loop and you want to convert it into do while loop, just write down the first variable here, write down the first variable and then do, and then start the this outer loop, and then this is inner loop, this is inner loop and this is outer loop, this is inner loop, and inner loop you will just start and write it down the inner loop the statements, and then while, and then system.out.println, and then if you see a plus plus, let me just zoom it down, a plus plus incremented, and the ending of the statement there is while. Okay, they are using while here. Okay, I have told you while, when you are writing while statement, just use the middle statement in the for loop, okay, or the condition. And we'll go to one yearly question. So write a program to display the Floyd's triangle, and just zoom out this is ICSE 2016 question. Now if observe the pattern first. Okay, here one, so they have we will write we will just write it down, this public class pattern and public static void main string args. Now just will initialize variables a, b, p equal to 0. So why I am using p, I will just tell you within a while. Just let me tell you. And write while writing the output, just see here system.out.println Floyd's triangle. Okay, here the output, before starting the output, here they should write Floyd's triangle. I have just missed out this. Okay, now what is the logic I have told you in the for loop? So always whenever pattern comes, just write it down in for loop. This is the easy method by following for loop in a pattern program. Okay, now we have just initialized the variables and then start the for loop. A, here see what is a is 1, so equal to 1, and then a, count the lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 5 times less than or equal to 5. Okay, then a plus plus. This is what about the first for loop, and then we will come to the second nested loop, that is the nested for loop. Now let's come with the b is equal to 1 and b less than or equal to a, and then b plus plus. And why I am using one more variable p, and while declaring the variables I have used here p equal to 0. I will tell you this. See, I will tell you why we are using p here is that p. So here in each line we are adding one number, okay, so that we are and one spaces are there, okay, here spaces are there, okay, so that we are using p equal to p plus 1, okay. Understood the logic here? And then system.out.print p plus, and here why we have left space here, inverted commas, because we want to leave here spaces, okay. Just write it down here, just see it carefully. The question they have used spaces, students miss out this statement, okay. And then system.out.println, and the output is ready, okay. This is what about my program. So nested loop and types of nested loop, for loop and pattern program, I hope you understood everything clearly. And do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.